Okay, pastors and leaders, let's talk about how to handle a hot topic in counseling. So, let's say that you're counseling somebody in a pastoral setting, or maybe you're even mentoring somebody new. A lot of times, this kind of thing will happen if you're dealing with some premarital counseling and you find out something about divorce, and all of a sudden you feel uncomfortable because there's a divorce and remarriage situation, but you're already talking. Or maybe you're talking with someone about that hot topic of homosexuality. There's a couple, same-sex couple that comes in together, and they want to know what your church believes about this. Here's a great way to approach any kind of a hot topic. Those are just a couple of examples. There are many others. Here's a great way to approach it. 4 things. Number 1, first of all, just listen. Make sure you listen to what they have to say, listen to their perspective, hear them out. If they're coming to you, that's a good sign. They're coming to you as a pastor, as a leader, so they respect your advice. So start by listening. Number 2, don't overreact. Now, this is assuming that you hear something that's shocking to you, something you feel like, oh man, I need to share some truth with these people. You want to bring your perspective, a biblical perspective, into the situation. Well, first of all, don't overreact. Remember, you want to share the right truth at the right time. So when you're in that initial counseling setup, you might not be ready. Maybe you're in a lobby with them and they start sharing something. Just don't overreact to their perspective, because you want to get to number 3. And number 3 is to invite them to explore a topic next time with you. So if you're in a counseling situation, maybe you say, hey, at the end of your first counseling session, you say, hey, would you mind if we explore this topic? There's something that I'd love to talk about with you, but I want to make sure that you have time to think about it, pray about it, investigate it. Let's explore a topic together, and then get ready to point them to a resource to help them to begin doing that. And the 4th step is to be very clear with them about how the whole thing works. How do you explore a topic using the resources that we have online? So let them know that you'll send them a link, or just point them out to the website and say, click on Explore a Topic and find the topic that I want to talk about with you next time we get together. And then be very clear with them to download the discussion guide and say it like this: you do step 1 on your own. And step 1 is they have to explore all those videos in the playlist and pick 2 of them to talk about with you. And then say, and when we get together next week or next month or whatever, we'll talk about it together, and we'll do step 2 and 3 together. And what that's going to do is it's going to give you an opportunity to take a breath. It's going to give them an opportunity to sort of dive into some sensitive information on that topic. I mean, those are topics that you want to make sure that God can begin to soften their heart. A lot of times if you start broaching that topic right there in that meeting, in that counseling session, they might feel like this is coming out of left field. They might not expect your answer. They might not know how to look at things biblically. So the idea of sending them to explore the topic and checking out those videos will allow them to let the videos do the hard work, let the videos do the talking. And more than that is when they come together, you can gauge, the next time you meet with them, you can gauge now their readiness to receive the truth. So if you sent them to, let's say, the divorce and remarriage topic, you can see by whether they show up next time, or the videos that they choose to go over with you when they do show up, or their interest level or the questions that they have. You can see their readiness. So for example, you might have a couple that one of the husband is clearly should not have gotten a divorce. His wife is still unmarried. You believe that he should seek restoration in that marriage because it's only been 4 months or 5 months or something like that. So hopefully when he explores that topic of divorce and remarriage, if he's a follower of Jesus, maybe he's never really thought about any of those things before. Maybe 1 or 2 of those videos will really penetrate his heart and his mind. And now when you get with him, you can follow up on that. But it gives you a tool to really, now you've gathered yourself, you've had a chance to pray about it, and you can gauge now from their reaction how they're going to handle this hot topic. Now, it's always difficult to share truth in love with people, especially if they're new to you and you haven't gained their trust yet, or you don't know really where they stand. So this is a great way to handle hot topics in counseling situations.